Hello, my friend. Don't let your disappointments slouch into despair. When you are disappointed in something, ask yourself what it is you really want to achieve and where you want to get to. And then find slow, small ways to get there by a different road in the longer term, gradually. But do not slouch or slip from disappointment right into despair, where you generalize your disappointment and you say, I never can get these things, or it will never work out for me, or it always goes wrong for me. That kind of giving up is not going to give you the courage you need to keep going and to find a way towards the things that really matter in your life. I'll give you an example. 2 weeks ago, I was waiting for my son and his wife and their 2 children to come visit us in the United Kingdom from the United States. I had not seen them for 3 years because there were no flights and it was impossible to travel that far with small children during the years of the pandemic. So finally, the long-awaited day was coming up and they were going to fly over to the United Kingdom. But what happens just a few days beforehand, my husband gets a diagnosis of COVID. And so the whole thing is down the drains again. And I felt pretty disappointed and pretty scared that I would never see them, that things always would go wrong. But we slowed down, we tackled the situation carefully. I made sure I wouldn't get it, whilst looking after my husband, who was self-isolating. I took great care not to get positive with COVID myself. And my son found a solution by booking a cabin in a campsite nearby so they could come over and stay nearby in a caravanning site. And as long as I stayed negative, I could see them anyway. And that is exactly how it worked out. And meanwhile, my husband was getting better and started testing negative too. And after 2 days of negative, he could then join in the fun. So we found a solution. Rather than despairing about it or giving up on it, we found a solution by carefully thinking about what we wanted to achieve and how we could achieve that despite the obstacles. And the lesson in that is, sometimes you need to let go of the way in which you think things should go. And when things get hard, don't think it means it's impossible, but think you're being tested to find another road and to show yourself capable of being creative and being persistent, being patient, staying calm, and staying kind to each other. And when you learn to deal with difficulties in that way, you will stop fearing difficulties and obstacles, and you will start to realize that life will constantly test us, and that if we get better at dealing with those tests, it all becomes a great deal more interesting and a great deal less upsetting and frightening. I hope this helps you on your way, my friend. Take good care of yourself in disappointing circumstances, and you will be okay.